all-new Dr. Phil. Her sister claims she has a mental illness.
It makes her lie, cheat, steal. You're not buying it.
Not at all. Courtney stole my driver's license.
She got busted in the car, and she had your driver's license.
Correct.
She doesn't go to court, so then you get arrested.
She's here today.
You have this attitude, this chip on your shoulder.
But will she confess?
The craziest thing that she's done is she's faked being pregnant on 3 separate occasions.
This is the sonogram that Courtney texted me.
You gave her a positive pregnancy stick. Where'd you get it?
That's irrelevant.
That's so not irrelevant. You knew you weren't pregnant.
Why did you do that? I don't know.
I don't accept that answer. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Stacy says she and her younger sister Courtney grew up being best friends as little girls. They were sharing a room, toys, always being by each other's side. But Stacy claims that all that changed during high school when Courtney fell in with the wrong crowd and she started stealing Stacy's clothes and jewelry before moving up to cash and credit cards. Now, Courtney is now 27. And she's up the ante with 2 DUIs, driving without a license, and second-degree assault on a cop. Now, her family also claims she lied about pawning her dad Mitch's wedding band, stealing her mother Kathy's prescription pills, and being pregnant not 1, not 2, but 3 times. But Courtney says she has a perfectly good reason for all of this. She claims lying and stealing is part of her mental illness, which she claims is bipolar and ADHD, and she can't help her behavior. Well, Stacy says she doesn't give a crap anymore because she is over her sister's victim routine, and whatever mental illness she may or may not have, she says does not justify her shady criminal lifestyle.
My younger sister, Courtney, is a lying, stealing, manipulative bitch. If her mouth is moving, she's lying.
Yeah, I know when I told Dad I'd pay him back.
When are you paying back?
When I can.
She absolutely cannot be trusted. I really started noticing Courtney's lying when we were in high school. One time, I couldn't find a necklace my parents had given me, and I saw her at school that morning, and sure enough, she was wearing my necklace. I totally lost it, and we both ended up in the principal's office. She ripped it off her neck, and it flew across the room. She was such a bitch about it. As an adult, her lying has only escalated. Courtney will lie, deny, and cry until you have her backed into a corner. Courtney has taken jewelry, clothes, money. The list goes on. She's even stolen my son's medication. There's 2 things in my world you don't mess with, my kid and my money, and she's done both. One time I was out with Courtney, and I gave her my ATM card to grab me something from the store. She used it to wire herself a couple of $100s. A few years ago, Courtney stole my driver's license from me so she could legally drive one of her friend's cars. She was pulled over and arrested for having something illegal in the car, maybe drugs, I don't know. She didn't show up for court, and there was a warrant out for my arrest. I was forced to sit in jail until it all got sorted out. It's always the police's fault or somebody else's fault. It's never her fault. The craziest thing that she's done is she's faked being pregnant on 3 separate occasions. A couple months ago, she was pregnant for the 3rd time. There was just a few things that did not add up. The top part of the sonogram was cut off in the picture, and I asked her why. She told me she couldn't get an actual printout because insurance wouldn't cover it. I knew it was Last week, she told me that she miscarried, and I thought, oh, shocker. Courtney also claims that she has a mental illness. I feel like she uses her undiagnosed mental illness to justify her bad behavior. At this point, I'm just completely done with her.
Okay. Now, Stacy, you're obviously not completely done with her because you wrote in.
Correct.
So is this kind of like your last-ditch effort?
Yes.
But if she doesn't get turned around here,
Done, so I'm
You're done.
completely cutting her off, yes.
She started stealing your money, credit cards, all of that. What did she say when you would confront her about that?
She would just bold-faced lie about it.
Just straight up lie?
Yes.
Let's kind of go through a list of her lies according to you and the family. You say that she took her mom's iPad and then blamed the nephew.
Yes.
Okay, when you say she took it, what does she do with this stuff?
So she takes it and she'll use it. And then my mom couldn't find it. My mom asked her about it. She's like, oh no, I don't know. And then plops it under my son's bed to make it look like he took it.
Oh, okay. Okay, now she got arrested and she got busted in the car and she had your driver's license.
Correct.
And so she gets a ticket?
Yes, but she got arrested for whatever.
Okay, didn't tell anybody.
Right.
So she doesn't go to court, she doesn't honor the ticket, and so they put out a warrant.
For my arrest.
And so then you get arrested.
My dad told her she needs to go turn herself in and do the right thing. So we both went together and she admitted it to the cops that she did steal my driver's license.
But did they hold you?
Yeah. Because I was the one that technically had a warrant.
She's faked an injury so she had a place to sleep. She claimed being pregnant 3 times.
Yes.
What was she ever?
I don't think so.
Okay, what was her gain? What was she trying to get?
Money, to keep a relationship. Those are just my observations.
Oh, so you're just trying to get the hook further into somebody?
Yeah.
What do you mean money? Do you get paid for?
Well, get money for abortions and then not using it for what the abortion.
Okay, so she'd say, I'm pregnant, I need money for an abortion. And then she didn't need the abortion, so she just got to keep the money.
Yeah.
And she sent a picture of an ultrasound.
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd she get that?
I don't know. You can find anything online.
Yeah. Well, your mother thinks it might have been one of her ultrasounds.
In the past, she used one of mine to show people, but the recent one, I don't know where she got it.
So what is this mental illness thing? So she says it's like the devil made me do it, right? She
Right.
says she's got a mental illness. When the mental illness is ADHD?
She's got ADHD, depression, and borderline personality disorder, she claims.
Okay, oh, that's a new one. Borderline personality disorder. Okay. What about bipolar?
That's what she says as well.
Okay. All right, and she says this stuff makes her lie, cheat, steal, fake pregnancies.
Right.
And you're not buying it?
No, not at all. I mean, something has to be wrong with her for her to do these things that people do.
But has
you
she
know?
ever been diagnosed, or is this just she
says
diagnoses
she
herself?
has. She says she has.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
Do you know if she's ever been in therapy? Has she ever gone?
She's supposed to be going, but she doesn't go.
She doesn't go?
Correct.
Okay. Well, look, Stacey says Courtney was in jail for 2 weeks for leaving a nail salon without paying. So she just
Yeah, petty.
got her
theft.
nails done and just walked out?
Yeah.
Well, don't they kind of notice if you, don't stop at the cash register?
Yeah. I guess she got out
I mean, I've
quick.
never been in a nail salon, but it would seem to me that you got to stop and pay.
Yeah. That's how it goes. You stop, you get your nails in, you pay, and then you leave.
Did they chase her down?
I guess she just got away quickly.
Did she get away with it?
Yeah, well, no, I guess they called the cops found out. So, you know what I know they have, when people are leaving, they do have security footage where they take your picture if you leave. I think that's what happened.
Oh. But that's something that's not essential. It wasn't like she stole bread.
Right.
She went and got her nails done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Stacey says her parents allow her sister to live at home rent-free despite her behavior, but mom and dad claim they have a good reason for doing this. So what is it? I mean, are they enabling her? Are they rewarding bad behavior? What's going on? We'll find out when we come back.
Two weeks ago, Courtney came and told me she was pregnant.
Personally, I think she uses her pregnancies to stay in relationships with the guy or to extort money.
My daughter Courtney is a compulsive liar.
What Courtney's doing borders on criminal behavior.
And later,
Said, I have a present for you, Mom. Says, can't wait to meet you, Mimi. And it's a pregnancy test, positive.
oh, wow. Oh, so you're pregnant?
No.
You gave her a positive pregnancy stick?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
That's irrelevant.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. The girlfriend.
Do you think he's cheating on you?
Not right now, but I know he has.
Not right now, because he's in the green room.
The daughter.
When they started dating, my dad was with someone else.
I wasn't with somebody else.
You told me to keep it a secret.
And
My ex-wife fooled around on me.
Why do you say ex-wife? You're still married.
the wife.
I was faithful to you.
Confront the man in their lives.
Everybody's going to see how you act.
This is how I act with cheating women.
Why haven't you signed the divorce papers?
Because I've never been presented with papers to sign. Well,
I have them right here.
That's tomorrow.
Hands down, my sister Courtney does have a lot of problems and issues. At the moment, Courtney does not have a job, a car, or even a driver's license. Courtney's problem is intensified because my parents completely enable her. Courtney gets away with murder. My mom enables Courtney by not putting her foot down and still letting her live at home. When it comes to my dad, if Courtney needs money, he'll hand it to her and never expects her to pay him back. It's so frustrating to see how my parents handle Courtney. They just need to cut her off.
Well, Stacy says living in her parents' home is risky because the entire family has to hide cash, jewelry, all valuables, or her younger sister, Courtney, is just going to steal them. Now, her parents, Mitch and Kathy, agree it's a horrible problem, but say they feel trapped. Now, they've tried kicking Courtney out twice, but they say they took her back in after seeing how she just simply cannot make it on her own.
My wife and I are completely at our wit's end with our daughter, Courtney.
My daughter Courtney is a compulsive liar.
The moment she starts denying anything, then I know she's not telling the truth.
Lying is in Courtney's DNA.
Lying is all my daughter knows.
A kleptomaniac would be a very fair way for me to describe my daughter.
A few years ago, my wife had a few necklaces missing.
My husband's wedding band was also missing.
I confronted Courtney about this. She denied it. I was irate, and then finally Courtney confessed that she did pawn them.
She wanted to bail her boyfriend out of jail. I was freaked out. I couldn't believe she did that.
Courtney could care less.
Our house is on lockdown. We have to hide everything.
Over the years, she's taken thousands of dollars in cash from us.
We'd get our credit card statement, and there were all these things on it that we didn't know about.
She's bought cell phones, gift cards, clothes. It wasn't our charges. Then we called the credit card company to dispute it. We know it's Courtney. That's the one that's doing it.
2 weeks ago, Courtney came and told me she was pregnant.
She's eating everything in our house that's fattening to try to put on some weight. Her butt was bigger and her thighs were bigger, but I didn't see a lot of stomach bigger.
This is a cry for attention.
What Courtney's doing borders on criminal behavior. I go on the internet to see if there's any new arrests for her. There's charges for theft, driving under the influence, and I've also found warrants for her arrest.
I watch a lot of Dr. Phil, and the way he treats adults at home is to kick them out. My husband and I have kicked her out of the house twice.
It just breaks my heart to have to do that to her.
Mitch is more lenient and softer on her. I really need Mitch to stand up and be tough with her.
What do you think is going on with her?
Well, the reason why I think it's a mental issue is because unless she's just a spoiled brat, which we didn't raise her that way, that there's something else wrong.
Is she a spoiled brat?
Yes.
What do you think's going on, Dad?
I don't know what, there's something wrong with her mentally. I mean, growing up, she was the sweetest little girl. You know, we went everywhere together.
Looking back, is there a time, and there's not a right or wrong answer here, and the answer may be no, but is there a time that in looking back where something changed?
I think when she went to private school, she didn't like it, but she said they were bullying her. When she went into middle school, she just went with the crowd that would accept her. And that's when she started doing the stealing. I found out recently that she's been on drugs, but she did a good fake because I had no idea that she was on drugs.
I have a list of things that I think you guys are doing that contribute to her current lifestyle.
Okay.
And here it is. Courtney lives rent-free. You pay her bills, provide food, provide transportation. You don't prosecute her when she does something, breaks the law. You bail her out if she does. You allow her to return home. You put her out twice, she comes back. I believe necessity is the mother of invention. If you get hungry, then you find a way to get food.
Well, she got hungry, stole a can of soup from the grocery store, and they caught her, and she had to go down to jail.
And you bailed her out.
Well, Mitch did. But anyway.
Wait a minute.
No.
We were in
Well, at least
agreement,
in
Dr.
jail,
Phil.
I don't like this one.
But at least in jail, she's got 3 hots and a cot.
Right. But
Wait a minute, let me back up there.
Okay.
We let her stay in there for 2 weeks. We went through the crisis center, the mental health court, and they had a program set up for her to allow her to get out of jail with the condition she goes through the mental health court to be diagnosed and find out what's wrong with her.
Well, at least they've got a plan to get her out of their house.
Right.
well, okay,
We had her, she was supposed to go to intensive outpatient. She went one time, ended up getting kicked out of the mental health program, and then she skipped a warrant and had to go back in jail again.
right now she says that she goes out and looks for a job. And she takes the bus. The thing I have told Mitch is we should not pick her up from the bus stop. It's, okay, 2 miles away.
That's right. Put your foot down. She can live free. She can live free, and you can pay her bills, buy all her food, bail her out of jail. But by God, she's walking from the bus.
I feel like
Not going to have any of this. Well, Courtney's here, and she says she wants to apologize for her behavior on behalf of her mental illness. We'll be right back.
I have a mental illness. My family doesn't get my illness. They look at me like the black sheep. I have been pregnant over the past couple years a few times. I have lost children in these pregnancies.
And later...
Hey! Get me out of here! Why don't you shut up and get me out of here?
This February, he'll fight stronger.
My mom is so religious. She thinks any skirt over the knee is sinful.
To protect the innocent.
You tried to read the Harry Potter books?
It promotes witchcraft. There's something wrong with you.
You're a waste of a life. I'm sorry, Dr. Phil, but...
Well, you should be sorry. You've not said one positive thing about this young woman since you walked out here.
He'll push harder.
Have you molested your children?
Never.
I was silent when he was taking advantage of me and our children. And I'm not going to be silent anymore.
To get the answers.
Eric is in a polyamorous relationship.
I'm the most connected to myself than I've ever been.
You're homeless with your children.
All new February.
Do you plan on living at home all your life?
It's something you guys always fail to realize. That's not just me. Not getting help for mental illness, not knowing what the heck's wrong, is what holds me back.
With Courtney, there's always some drama that's going on to prevent her from getting her life together.
Courtney has an excuse for everything.
She's always going through something. Her main thing is like, I'm trying.
Courtney doesn't seem to want to look at herself for the cause of her problems. I'm almost to the point where I'm giving up on Courtney. I just need her to pull her pants up and say she's going to be responsible for her actions.
I just want to look my sister in the face and say, get your together.
Well, Mitch, his wife Kathy, and his daughter Stacy say no one in the family can trust the youngest daughter, Courtney, who has already, by age 27, been to jail twice, faked 3 pregnancies, according to them, pawned her father's wedding ring for cash, then denied it. But Courtney denies faking the pregnancies and says she just can't help her other behavior because her mental illness causes her to lie and steal. Take a look.
I think it's very important for people to know I have a mental illness, and because of it, my life is very, very hard. A few years ago, I was finally diagnosed with bipolar and attention deficit disorder.
Do you believe you have ADD?
Yes.
Or is it for the medication?
Oh my God, I'm not with you. One of my therapists even thinks that I actually suffer from borderline personality disorder. I refer to my illness as the devil because it's destroyed everything. I struggle with relationships, trust. I can't keep a job. Haven't been able to receive my high school diploma. Haven't got my driver's license. Now, being 27 years old, I'm still living at home. I tell a lot of lies. I've lied about stealing, where I was going, drug use, taking money, taking my other family members' medication from them. I don't mean to steal. It's just a part of my mental illness. My family doesn't get my illness, doesn't get me. You annoy me so much when you say like the dumb stuff that you do. I have been pregnant over the past couple years a few times. I have lost children in these pregnancies. To think about my family thinking that I'm completely lying about this, it hurts. They look at me like the black sheep, the reject. I don't fit in. My mom thinks I use my illness as an excuse. My mom really gets on my nerves, and she triggers my bipolar. I feel like my dad's so disappointed in me. Stacy does give me the hardest time. She's my worst critic. I hit rock bottom this year when I spent time in jail. I learned my lesson. I want a relationship with my family, but they just need to give me a chance.
Courtney, how many chances do you want? We have given you a lot of chances. I don't know when to believe you. Just the other day when we were talking, you hand me, said, I have a present for your mom. I open it, and it says, can't wait to meet you, Mimi. And it's a pregnancy test, positive.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you're pregnant?
True, yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
And I'm not, no.
You gave her a positive pregnancy stick?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
That's irrelevant.
That can't be irrelevant because I asked it.
It's gonna be that I'm lying about it, so it's kind of pointless to say it. I was still using drugs, and then, yes, I did get pregnant.
So it was positive, and then you lost the baby within the last 2 weeks?
No, I didn't give it to her right when I took it. It was like 2 months after the situation happened, but going along with it, yeah, I don't know why I did that or what was wrong with me. Like
okay,
I said,
so
my head
that's
doesn't...
so not irrelevant. This is so on point because you're saying this is indicative of what you say is your mental illness.
Yes, and lying.
Okay, so when you gave her that positive pregnancy test, you had already lost the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knew when you handed it to her that you weren't pregnant.
Yeah.
What exactly did you write?
Like she said, can't wait to meet you, Mimi.
Okay, and take me through the moment that you wrote that. What were you thinking?
I don't know. Like, it doesn't add up.
It doesn't have to add up to know what you were thinking at the time. Were you thinking, this will make her happy in the moment? I'm gonna get you, you bitch. I'm just writing this to have a fantasy for a day? What were you thinking? You were thinking something.
I don't remember. Like, I don't know.
So why did you do that? I just don't understand why she lies. That's why I think it's a mental issue, not just her doing it because she wants to.
Mom's gold necklaces, a can of soup in the store, Stacy's driver's license, her dad's wedding ring. You know, what of these four things does Courtney not admit to stealing? We'll be right back.
She was trying to convince other people that it was true.
But why? Why?
I'll say it one more time. One more time. So is everyone listening? I don't know.
Courtney is so selfish, she doesn't think of anyone but herself.
Stacy has gotten so fed up with all of Courtney's games.
Because of everything Courtney's put our entire family through, I completely resent her. I can't stand to be around her.
Courtney's pushed me right to the edge.
I absolutely resent what my daughter's doing.
I'm almost to the point where I'm just going to have to give up. This is kind of our last hope right here.
A lot of times I hate my sister.
If Stacy resents me, I can only apologize for my actions on behalf of my mental illness. It's not me trying to hurt her.
You agree that you've chosen a pattern of lying and being dishonest in certain areas of your life because it tends to work for you, right?
No, it doesn't work for me.
Well, you get a payoff for it or you wouldn't do it.
I can't help it. I'll lie, even if in the back of my mind I know right when it's coming out of my mouth, like, I should just tell the truth. Like, why am I lying? I shouldn't do that. And I'll just do it anyways.
I want to know why you brought that pregnancy test to me.
I know
You
why.
said you lost it 2 weeks before that. Why would you show me that when you weren't pregnant?
Because she was trying to convince other people that it was true.
But why? Why?
That's the question.
Like I just said, I'll say it one more time. One more time. So is everyone listening? I don't know. That's what I want to figure out. Do you hear me? Did everyone listen?
Yes, but we can't continue letting you do this stuff. Just like, okay, you can go now.
Sorry.
What's your payoff for doing what you're doing? You're venting. It feels better when you vent, right?
Well, I'm letting her know
But
things
she's
that
already
we
heard all
know.
this from you. Like, she's already heard all this from you.
Okay.
You saying what you're saying to her now is not going to change anything. You know, I'm just saying. It's
But
not
I'm letting Dr. Phil know things that are going on.
He knows what's up.
Would you all become friends and
I'm
he
just
told you
saying,
everything?
he knows what the deal is. We need to find a solution. He doesn't need to go back and forth of what Courtney has been doing. You know, he knows what the deal is. He knows the story.
Thank you.
So let's find a solution.
Okay.
She's right.
She'll eat that up.
Here's the deal. You say, I don't know why. Everybody listen, pay attention. I'm going to tell you one more time. I don't know. Well, pay attention. I don't accept that answer. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Did you? Were you paying attention? Did I say it slow enough for you? Because you have this attitude, this chip on your shoulder, like you think if you're snotty enough that people will back off from you and not require you to participate in analyzing your own situation. But that doesn't intimidate me at all, because I would cheat you if I didn't require you to participate in figuring out what's going on, because you know more about you than anybody else. But you can't come in here and do the same thing you always do and expect to get a different result. You have to be willing to say, well, look, this is it. This is the time. This is no dress rehearsal. This is your time talking to me. So you don't want to do the same thing you always do, which is be defensive, shut down, and become combative. What you want to do is give me information that might allow me to have a key that unlocks some mystery within you. Because one thing we know is you're not a terrible person, because the things that you're doing in your life that are causing you conflict, you've never done anything terrible. You're not a violent person. You haven't killed anybody. You haven't gone and done some horrible thing to people. You haven't kidnapped some child. You haven't done some horrible thing to some person. You haven't done anything terrible, right? What you're doing are annoying things. Mm-hmm. You annoy people with stuff. A well person wouldn't do what you're doing, right?
Correct.
So we know you're not well in your either problem recognition, problem solving, emotional motivation and drives. We know something's wrong. You like to call it mental illness. I don't like labels, but I don't care. We just know that you're not a well thinker, or you wouldn't do those things, right?
Yes.
So we need to figure that out.
Courtney called me up. She told me she was pregnant, and it was definitely my baby. About a week later, Courtney texted me a picture of the sonogram saying good night from us.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil, the girlfriend, the daughter, and the wife confront the man in their lives.
Why haven't you signed the divorce papers?
I've never been presented papers.
I have them right here.
That's tomorrow.
Now, Kathy and Mitch say they would describe their youngest daughter, Courtney, as a little angel growing up. But now she's already been to jail, lied to her family and friends, and faked at least one pregnancy that we know about. I mean, we talked about it right here. My producers called around while investigating Courtney's story and found someone who sheds a different light on her most recent pregnancy.
My name is Pete, and I'm Courtney's ex-boyfriend. I met Courtney through her older sister, Stacy, about 3 months ago. Courtney and I hit it off, and we had a fling for a couple weeks. We had sex numerous times. You know, our romance, it kind of fizzled out. Courtney moved on, and she started hanging out with another guy. About a month later, Courtney called me up. She told me she was pregnant, and it was definitely my baby. I wasn't sure how she knew it was my baby, because she had moved on, and she was seeing somebody else right after our fling. Then a few weeks after she told me I was the father of her baby, Courtney told me I was not the father. I was super confused. A few weeks after she told me I was not the baby's father, Courtney tells me that I am the father of her baby for the second time. I said, look, Courtney, I don't think you know who the father is. I wanted to get a paternity test. I spoke to Courtney's sister, Stacy, about what was going on. And Stacy flat out told me that she didn't think Courtney was really pregnant. About a week later, Courtney texted me a picture of the sonogram saying, good night from us. This is the sonogram that Courtney texted me. This was an 11-week-old baby that she told me that was our baby. I'm not a doctor, but things certainly did not add up. Looking at the picture of the sonogram, the baby looked a lot bigger than it should at 11 weeks. I just thought, none of this is adding up. 2 weeks ago, Courtney took a pregnancy test, and she was not pregnant. And I wanted to get to the bottom of this once and for all. So I bought 2 more pregnancy tests. I made her take them. Both tests were negative. She acted surprised. Then she told me that she had lied. She had been making this entire thing up. To say the least, she needs some serious help. You know, you just don't mess with people like that. It's just not cool.
Courtney just decided to leave. Courtney's ex-boyfriend, Pete, is here today. So, Pete, come on out and join us, if you will. Hello, Pete. How you doing, man? Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Have a seat.
Hey. Hi, I'm Pete.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Do y'all know each other?
Yeah.
Okay. Pete, I appreciate you being here, and simply put, I think Pete is here because he cares enough about your daughter to try to get all the cards on the table here and talk about this. So she did admit to you that she was lying about being pregnant.
Yes. She said she was about 11 weeks when when she sent that picture. And I started looking online, you know, what do 11-week sonograms look like? And the baby was much more mature than an 11-week baby would look like. And so that raised a red flag for me right there.
After taking 2 or 3 pregnancy tests that confirmed she wasn't pregnant, she admitted to you that she lied about it?
She did.
What did she say?
She told me that she had had a miscarriage about a month in. I asked her, what were you gonna do in a couple of months when, you know, if you're, say, 6 months along and you're gonna really be showing? What was the plan? And she was like, oh, I was gonna have, you know, a miscarriage. So when she told me that, what happened to, I had the miscarriage at a month in?
Yeah.
See, I don't even believe that. I think there was no pregnancy at all.
The question here is, can Courtney be helped despite her family's fears? We're going to talk about how this family can move forward, what needs to happen with absent Courtney now. And Pete, I think we'll excuse you from the deck here and see if she wants to come back at this point. You took time out of your life to come and speak here in an effort to help her, which you did not have to do. Thank you for taking time out of your life to come and talk to her, whether you have a future with her or whether you don't. So thank you. We'll be right back.
What can we do to try to help this situation?
Nothing. Leave me alone is what you can do. Like I said, I don't need y'all to get me home. Get the camera out of my face! Get me out of here! Why don't you shut up and get me out of here?
You're going
to be in the Los Angeles area and want to watch a live taping of the Dr. Phil Show? Call 323-461-PHIL or visit drphil.com. Tickets are free, and I hope to see you soon. I want you to meet Dr. Frank Lawless. Dr. Lawless, raise your hand. Dr. Frank Lawless is chairman of the Dr. Phil Advisory Board, which is made up of the top minds in psychology, psychiatry, medicine, sociology, theology, just the top minds from around the country. And he's the chairman. We've been together 45 years. He was my major professor in my doctoral program back in the day. So he's got an encyclopedic knowledge, honestly, of psychology. Frank, ADHD, bipolar, depression, these things don't explain the kind of behaviors we're talking about here, do they?
No, they don't. They talk about other issues, but basically we're not talking about the kind of behaviors that they have been describing.
Mm-hmm. Now, there is a category of dysfunction, such as personality disorder, for example, that might explain this, correct?
Yeah, the way I see it is basically Courtney is using an emotional intelligence of about 13. Now, what could this relate to? It could relate to the drugs. It could be related to the way she's been raised in terms of the families. But we come down to the same issue, is it's a developmental process.
Right. You're not saying that she's not smart. You're saying in terms of emotional maturity and therefore emotional drives and problem solving, you're saying she's functioning at a developmentally impaired level.
That's right.
And that gap can be closed, right?
Absolutely. I think she's a really good candidate to learn from her behavior. It's just that she needs to be able to focus on it.
Mm-hmm. A personality disorder is an enduring pattern of inner experience and behavior that is pervasive, inflexible, and stable over time, leading to distress or impairment. And that's a lot of words, but let me break this down. What we're saying is an enduring pattern. That means this doesn't change day to day or week to week. This is a pattern. It's inflexible and stable, which means it's not easily changed. It's not easily changed. It's not like a habit, and so you just kind of quit doing this. It's not easily changed. It's resistant to change. And that's just personality disorder in general. And then there are different kinds. And one kind is antisocial personality disorder. And that's a pattern of violating the rights of others. It violates social norms. There's deceitfulness, manipulation, impulsivity, irritability and aggressiveness, reckless disregard for safety of self and others, irresponsibility, and lack of remorse. All right, coming up, is Courtney really a victim of her alleged mental illness, or is she playing her entire family for fools? I have a lot to say about that and what to do. We'll be right back.
Courtney's behaviors had a huge effect on Stacy.
Stacy's a recovering alcoholic.
Being around Courtney completely affects my sobriety. She's beyond toxic. I have definitely had some slip-ups since I've stopped drinking.
She can't help but feel anger towards me and resorts to taking another drink to resolve it.
Whenever I'm around her, I can literally just feel my blood boiling. Right now, I can't afford to be around Courtney. My sobriety is way more important than a relationship with my crazy sister.
Want to know what's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our email newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else.
Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today.
I propose that we fly Courtney to the PNP Center in Dallas for diagnostics and assessments and really have their team do a thorough workup on her. From there, we also recommend that Courtney go to Onsite, a worldwide leader in therapeutic and personal growth workshops located in Tennessee, where she can continue on her path towards achieving higher self-esteem and honesty, not just with others, but with herself. We'll see you next time. I love taking care of people, and I love solving problems, and I love the studio audience that comes in here and has a great time. Have y'all had a good time today? Fellas, Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, so I'm going to do you a solid. And why not give your lady something to make her feel extra special as well, so you can fix that problem.
That's right. And ladies, if you don't have a Valentine, that's okay. Be your own Valentine and treat yourself with a My Valentine's gift box. I have put together some of my favorite products in this. The Foam and Joy Cleanser, my gentle but thorough cleanser. Hydro Quench, a night cream that hydrates while you sleep. And the 50 Fierce Moisturizing Sunscreen. Now, we all know how important that is. And, of course, what's Valentine's Day without jewelry? So I have included my bow ring. So you're going to love it on Valentine's Day.
If you want to get this gift box for somebody special in your life, go to RobinMcGrawRevelation.com. And just to prove how much I do love my audience, everybody's going home with Robin's Valentine's gift box. Robin and I would love for you to join us here in the audience. Tickets are free. Just go to drphil.com and click Get Tickets. We'll see you next time.
What can we do to try to help this?
Nothing. Leave me alone is what you can do.
We're going to get you home. We just want to know what we can do. What should we tell Dr. Phil?
All right, well, I gotta go so I can get these people out of my face.
We don't want to let you leave until you're in a good place.
Leave me alone. I'm not kidding. My family. Stupid Stacy, like, all your own. I don't care.
Would you be willing to come back on the show to be just you and Dr. Phil?
Nope. It's not what I signed up for. Like I said, I don't need y'all to get me home. You need to get out of here, like. I'm in the camera. Out of my hey! Get me out of here. Why don't you shut the up and get me out of here?
Why don't we get you a car to the airport, okay? I wish you would have stayed.
Bounce, bounce, all the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house, turn the party out. Bounce, 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 all the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house, turn the party out.
You warned me 1,000 times, memories can kill ya, but I didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last time. I've always been naive, call it.
Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know